Okay, so in this video you're going to discover my top 15 advanced link building outreach tips for cold email outreach. Now, most people get link building outreach totally wrong and they waste a ton of time, money and backlinks in the process. So don't fall for these traps, folks, okay? Instead, in this guide you're going to discover how to nail your link building outreach campaign like a pro with some of my best link building outreach hacks, and most people genuinely don't know about these. So if you want to get ahead of your competitors, you're in the right place. By the way, don't forget to subscribe. If you're interested in link building, I'll be releasing new guides and tutorials every single week. And just a quick bit about me, I've managed dozens of link building campaigns. As you can see from my Upwork.com profile's latest reviews, I'm a full-time link builder and I've tried, tested and experimented with a lot of link building techniques. So you're going to get the results of hours I've spent, testing my campaigns and tweaking them. Now, let's get into it. Outreach like a human is my first tip. Okay, so if you're reaching out to webmasters, don't hit them with the hard sell explaining why your website is so great compared to everyone else's and why you need a link. Just be conversational, offer value, and don't be too aggressive in your approach. If you do this, you'll set yourself apart from 90% of the outreach emails you compete with. And as you can see in this screenshot, this is a great example of what not to do in your outreach campaigns. Tip number 2, add humor. As cringe as it might sound, adding humor to your outreach campaign also works extremely well. So what can you do? Well, number 1, add puns in your copy, throw in some jokes, and keep it lighthearted and informal. And make sure it's all on the theme of your content too. 99% of outreach emails are really badly written, to the point where it's almost ridiculous, okay? So when you add a bit of humor, you're building a bit of rapport, you're differentiating your content, and you're adding a bit more value to your campaign. And seriously, I've had dozens of webmasters say they usually ignore outreach emails like mine, but that my approach was a bit of a game changer for them. Number 3, scale up. If you want to build a lot of links with cold email outreach, you need to outreach at scale. And that's the beauty of the skyscraper technique. On most of my most successful link building campaigns, I'll contact 1,000 more prospects about the content, and a decent percentage of these will convert into links. By the way, check out my other videos and guides if you need help with the skyscraper technique. Number 4, be persistent. Only offer value in your emails. First of all, you should never ever spam anyone. However, you do need to be persistent. And for that reason, I'd recommend setting up an automated outreach sequence to follow up your prospects 1 to 2 times after your first email. And if someone doesn't get back to you, don't take it personally. Quite often, webmasters will reply to me 2 to 3 weeks later with a link. In fact, sometimes they're pretty rude about it too, which is all part of the job. So it's important to follow up, and make sure that you're not forgotten. You can also use the snooze feature on G Suite to bounce the email back into your inbox several days later, so that you don't forget to chase up anyone. Number 5, make your outreach emails win-win. You've got to think about what's in it for the webmaster, and why would they bother spending their valuable time to add a link to your website? The stronger your incentive, the more links you'll get back. For example, you could offer a social media share to say thanks for the link, or even a share in your email newsletter. Basically, the more value you offer, the more likely that the webmaster will take you up on the offer. And not just that, if you want to build a long-term relationship with the site owner and build multiple links to your website, then you have to make it a win-win partnership. Also, avoid outreach templates. So if you Google outreach templates, you won't be stuck with choice. There's tons of them. Okay, but the problem is most of these templates have been rinsed and everyone's using them. In fact, you'll struggle to avoid the spam filter with these sort of templates. So instead, focus on writing an email outreach campaign that's unique and original. Now, there's a few reasons for this. Okay, so number 1, if you use a template, webmasters can usually spot this a mile off. Number 2, if your template has already been blasted out thousands of times by other link builders, there's a good chance that email spam filters will pick it up and block your email, or send it to your prospect spam inbox. And number 3, you need to make your copy customized to your campaign, so make it original and personalized to the theme of the content you're trying to build links for. Step 7, avoid spam filters. So when you're doing cold email outreach link building, you need to be really careful about spam filters. They're designed to pick up certain keywords, so avoid using terms like free, bro, offer, or any other keyword that could hurt your email deliverability. Plus, if you keep hitting the spam filter, the domain you send your emails from will get burned out very quickly. I'd also recommend sticking to plain text emails and avoid sending images in your campaign. Tip number 8, manage your inbox productively. So if you're sending out 100 plus outreach emails per day, your inbox is going to stack up really quick, and you can easily spend like a whole morning or a whole day managing those inboxes. Instead, here's what I recommend you do. Just check your inbox once per day, remove email notifications off your phone, and keep a bank of canned responses so that you can reply really quickly. You can set this up in your Gmail settings, or you could use a text expander as well. Plus, if you're trying to scale up and build links with multiple inboxes, use software like Shift, where you can manage all your inboxes in one place. You could also train a virtual assistant to manage your inboxes depending on how many you have. Because of my client base, for example, I have over 60 email inboxes, so I have a team that I've personally trained to manage my emails more effectively. Number 9, use tools to find emails quickly. Obviously, if you're doing link building outreach, you need to find each of your prospects' email addresses. And when you're trying to scale up, you need to find a quicker way of doing that, because hunting for emails manually will take up hours of research. Plus, you know, there are websites like hunter.io to find emails in bulk. So all you have to do is simply copy and paste large lists of URLs on there. So this is a screenshot of hunter.io, and it shows how easy the tool is. You just copy and paste and click go. Now, you also need to optimize your copywriting. I'd recommend writing the actual outreach email yourself, because it's really important to get that part right. Keep it short, conversational, and value-driven for the reader. Basically, better outreach copy equals more links and conversions. In fact, one well-written outreach email funnel can lend you hundreds of links, so it's important to nail this part of the process. You've also got to optimize your DNS records. When it comes to cold email, a tiny tweak in email deliverability will make a huge difference in your results, and there are certain tricks of the trade to do this. So make sure you add DKIM, DMARC, and SPF records to your URL CNS records. Plus, if you're using outreach software like MailChimp or Lemlist, for example, Lemlist, not Lemlist, add a custom tracking server too. All of these tiny technical tweaks add up to a huge increase in your email's overall deliverability. And number 12, okay, so when you're doing cold email outreach, you should set up a separate domain for your email address. Don't use your website's main domain, otherwise you'll destroy your domain's deliverability in the long run, because cold email outreach hurts your domain's sending reputation. It's basically collateral damage, okay? So instead, you can buy a separate URL for a few dollars. You know, let's say your website is example.com. You could buy the URL example.info or example.email for cold email outreach. Tip number 13, stop using Gmail for outreach. If you're thinking of using Gmail for link building outreach, don't do it. You'll eventually get your account blocked, plus it looks really unprofessional. It's way better to use a G Suite email address, because G Suite has a higher deliverability rate, you're less likely to get your account blocked, and when you send emails from a real domain, not a gmail.com domain, then you look more legit. Plus it only costs about $6 a month for a G Suite, so it's definitely worth it. Number 14, you have to warm up your campaign slowly. So if you're using a brand new email account, don't start blasting out like 200 emails a day, no matter how much of a rush you're in. It's better to start slowly, warming up your account with a few emails per day. Personally, I increase the number of emails I send per week by 5 every 7 days or so. So for example, week 1, I'll send 5 emails a day, and then week 2 I'll send 10 emails a day, and week 3 I'll send 15 emails a day. So you basically get the picture. This gradual process warms up your account so that it's less likely to be marked as spam by email service providers. So that pretty much wraps it up for my top link building outreach tips in 2019. There's loads more I could cover on here, but these are the main ways to up your link building outreach game and improve your results. Like I say, if you follow these tips, then you will 10x your results and you'll stand out from a sea of badly written and poorly set up outreach campaigns. And if you have any questions about link building, just post your comments below or drop me an email via me@juliangoldie.com. Alright, thanks for watching.